Next up, I'd like to invite up Steve Cachia. Steve is the CEO of List Social, coming out of Australia. He's going to talk about the challenges of lead generation in an era of declining attention spans and higher marketing costs, which is probably a good segue from what we've just been talking about. So Steve, over to you. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Now, before I start, I wouldn't mind, there's been a lot of talk about ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT yesterday to write me a real estate joke. So I thought I'll read it out if everyone's okay with that. So it says, I was offered the chance to buy some real estate in Egypt, but it turned out to just be a pyramid selling scheme. So I thought that was pretty funny. Just to break things up. So Cachia, it's a new product that I'm actually launching after this event, Monday next week. And it was born from List Social, which is an online real estate platform, which is generally like what we've been seeing over the last couple of days. So consumer expectations, I mean, with TikTok and YouTube Shorts, it's becoming to a point where the attention span is just diminishing. And just these are some stats which are absolutely mind-blowing. It takes about 50 milliseconds for someone to decide whether they're going to stay on your site or leave or bounce. So it's just insane. So 70% of business websites actually lack an effective call to action on their website. So obviously with these issues, there needed to be a solution. We all know the numbers. Real estate industry globally is growing, and it's growing fast. Expectation for growth is about 9.2% over the coming years. So there's a need for a greater and efficient impact to be able to engage with that traffic. So obviously I saw an opportunity. Lead forms haven't changed for the last 20, 30 years. They're all the same. First name, surname, your property address. So I wanted to come in with a new product that sales agents can actually sell, or any industry can actually sell the client that's on your website to fill the form out. That's unfortunately the way it's going. People are not filling forms out. So just a little bit about me. Now, if I knew the screen was going to be this big, I really wouldn't have put that embarrassing photo of me when I was 15. But I've been in business since I was 15 years old. I saw an opportunity to sell 35 computers to the school. I heard over the grapevine and approached the principal, asked if I could quote and sell those computers, and he gave me an opportunity back in 1995, and that was my first business. Just recently, me holding that sign there, that was the first sign. I just helping my dad clean out his garage, and yeah, he actually held on to it for that long. When I was 21, I was working for a real estate franchise group, one of the largest in Australia, and back in those days, Scott would know, realestate.com, there was no real estate franchise websites. It was just like a shell of realestate.com where they would just like have a landing page. So I approached my boss and said, look, you need to just have your listings on your website. So I helped develop that at 21. After that, the majority of my career, I had a real estate CRM product as a one-man show. I built that to about 500 offices across Australia with about 4,500 users. So I've been in the game for a very long time. I've got over 25 years experience. After I exited that CRM, I wanted always, because I knew with CRM, with usage across all those users, range between 5 to 10%. So I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this. And so I started a company called List Social, which is an online real estate business. Been going for the last 2 years. We've won some awards, which has been great. Just recently, the Real Estate Institute of Victoria Innovation Award, we won that award. And we are a finalist as well for the Real Estate Institute of Australia, which is going to be announced next week. So I'll be in Perth at that event. Hopefully I'll take it out. So List Social, it's very similar to what we've been seeing in emerging markets. But we've got one thing that no one else has got, which is a new concept called crowd selling. And I came up with this concept where, for those of you in Australia, there was a huge Royal Commission with mortgage broking and referrals to banks. But I knew a fish and chip shop guy that was referring clients to National Australia Bank, and he was raking in about 500 grand a year just by referring clients to that bank. So I thought, how can that happen for real estate? How can that work? So with List Social, I introduced a new product called crowd selling. And what that is, anybody from real estate buyers agents, mortgage brokers, influencers, property influencers, can sign up to our platform. As soon as we get a listing, we blast that out to all our crowd selling network. We've got about 450 at this stage. And they start sharing our properties out. Now, we do offer an incentive if that buyer actually purchases the property. So we can track, obviously with affiliate links, where the buyers are coming from, and we do reward that. We launch our properties on realestate.com as a premier listing and to our crowd selling network at the same time. Out of our properties, we've sold 2 that way with only a 450 crowd selling network, which is pretty cool. We've automated the whole process. So big things for me was to be able to scale this business. So I didn't want to hire just a normal traditional real estate agent where they can only handle 5 listings a month. So with this product, with my CRM experience, and I'm really tight with processes, they can handle about 50 listings a month. Now, we were flying at the start of last year, and then interest rates started to go through the roof. So we really struggled with converting the current traffic we had on our website. So our cost per acquisition was going through the roof, and our leads were declining. So there's got to be a better way to be able to engage with the clients on our website. So I solved this problem by creating a new product called Cachia. So I've got a little 1-minute video. Hopefully there's sound. Got some funky music. Whoop. What did I do? That playing? There we go.
Hi, my name is Isabella. If you are camera shy, Capta enables you to create an AI video from just a piece of text.
All right, so that sort of sums it up, but I'll go obviously into details. So how does it work? You can create a video form within minutes, and I'm targeting this specifically for the real estate agent at this stage. We are moving on to e-commerce, but we're focusing on real estate. Obviously, that's what I've been doing for the last 25 years and my network that I have. So what you do is the layout of the form is actually already pre-populated. So the real estate agent, again, in my experience of real estate, to get them to do anything is extremely difficult. So I've really made it as simple as possible where the flow of the form is already pre-populated. Then all they need to do is click on each section and re-upload their video. So they can do it in a couple of ways. They can use their webcam, they can record a video, they can just upload using their phone, or they can use the AI-generated person as well. So if they're, I don't know, if it's politically correct, they're fugly or whatever the hell they are, if they're not confident in front of a camera, they could use the AI generation as well. So once they've created the video, they can select their actions. So they can create a few buttons that take to external links. They can capture text input. They can capture contact details, which is basically multiple text inputs. They can upload a file. So we're doing some work with mortgage brokers as well. So just the process of uploading documents, so pay slips, all they need, can be done all through the form with video. We've also embedded Stripe. Now that's for e-commerce down the track. And also Calendly, so if you want to book an appointment. So this can be work for a number of different industries, but if you do have the ability to enable people to book appointments in your calendar, you can do that within the form as well. So the mind map layout, again, is just a really easy way to be able to see the flow of the form. So once you've created the form and you finalize the form, obviously you need to share it. So there's 3 ways to share it. The first way is a direct URL. So you get your personalized URL for the form. So you can do your digital marketing and direct them to this form directly. You can embed the form in your website, or you can actually use a widget. Now, this has been the most successful for the testing that I've done on List Social's website. So it's basically replacing chatbots with the face of the real estate agent, which, again, like I said, it's all about the sales agent being able to connect and build that rapport online with online viewers. So obviously, once you've got the form out in the wild, you want to be able to track conversions. Now, from this screen, every user journey is captured, and it tracks the video, how much of the video has actually been watched. So it gives you a percentage and time as well. And it also shows the flow of the whole user journey. So you can see if there's any bottlenecks, if you need to maybe replace the video, maybe reduce the form size, so obviously get the most conversions. Now, 1st of January, I released this product on List Social just for testing purposes, and the results actually blew me away. So I did find the solution, which was awesome. 80% of our website traffic actually interacts with the form. Now, I'm not saying they generate the leads, but they definitely interact with the form. So we've increased our seller leads by 30% and our buyer leads by 60%. I've also got another product called VidMail, which I've sort of kept on the sidelines. I've had that product for about 5 years. I've got a few clients in the States using this product. What happens is once the capture form actually generates the lead and you've got the contact details, you can then, with one click of a button, record a video response, send that off as a sales agent, and that's exactly how it looks in their inbox. So it creates a 5-second GIF of the video, embeds it in the email, again to create the personality of the sales agent, and as well to stand it in your inbox. And again, we use the same tech where it tracks the video, how many times the email's been opened, and so on. ChatGPT, as soon as I saw the product, my mind was buzzing, and I'm like, okay, how can I integrate it into Capture? So this is just the first iteration of integration. And what we've done is, if sales agents struggle to even come up with content of what they want to say, they can just type in, it's all integrated into our system, they type in real estate business introduction video. And it will come up, spit out a script, then when they record the video, they can just read it. But there's a lot more coming with that. Okay, so I'm working with Scott Holmes from Rear Group. Obviously, it's still early days, but yeah, we're looking at going exclusive with Rear Group in Australia. But the reason I'm here is to form relationships and try and expand globally. I want to work with only one portal per country as an exclusive, purely because I want the clients that partner with me to have a competitive edge, and as well as also generate an additional revenue stream. So there's a wholesale rate, and then obviously you guys need to on-sell it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Steve, thanks for that. Super interesting product. We could bring up the questions if anyone has some. I was watching that and I was thinking, how easy is it to integrate? Because that's the core thing, right? So it doesn't matter if I'm a portal, I'm a transaction-based business or whatever, and what I like about, especially the Capture product, is it's getting that personal connection. More than just being a flat screen. Exactly. But how easy is it to integrate into the existing? Yeah, well, that's what we have built an API for RIA to basically hit using the staff member's email address and what form they're after, and then they obviously can generate the script on their end. And then they can build redundancies and so forth. There's redundancies on our side as well. But for the general, say, normal website, it's just one line of code that you copy and paste in it. So what would be the use case for like realestate.com.au? Well, looking at a few different use cases, but we're looking at the agent profiles pages. Again, being able to interact and get more leads from the agent profile section. And also on the buyer property details page to be able to convert that form that's been there for years to a video form. So you'll have 2 ways that buyer can interact and actually get their details. Right, so thinking this through, there's the agent directory, all portals have directories of
Profiles,
agents, profiles of the agents, and you're basically saying it allows them to create a more personal version of that
Yes, exactly.
in a very quick and simple way.
And a way that the sales agent can actually sell to the user to fill the form out. So
Right.
it's a way to increase engagement and build that rapport.
And hopefully get higher conversion rates.
Exactly.
And extract more value. I understand what you're trying to get at.
Yeah.
How does it work? Do you put your in the subs package for the agent? How is it actually going to be financially integrated?
I can't say that yet. But yeah, look, we've been working over the last 4 months. But yeah, it's Scott's been great with his team and trying to get it to a point where it's ready to go. So he's helped me with that, which has been great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then so if we think about the other use cases for this, one is sort of agent profile. It sort of stands out, right?
Yep.
The agent stands there and makes a script and so on.
Yep.
How else do you see it being used? Maybe asking for mortgages.
Yes.
For an interaction, as you're going through the home loan process.
Yep.
I could imagine this being embedded on the property details page.
Yep.
Looking for a mortgage, you basically start the interaction,
Yep.
and the mortgage broker, you instead of
Yep.
having just sort of a photo of someone,
Yeah.
clicking to a form with 10 boxes to fill out,
Yeah.
you basically click and it starts this small video that
Yep.
you engage with, and you press and I assume by your mind map,
Yeah.
what you're saying is that's a whole bunch of decision points. So
Exactly, yeah.
So,
So
I
like
make,
a choose your own adventure sort of form. So
Right.
say, for example, you could have an English or a Indonesian language. So and it will take you different paths. I'm working with the state government as well. So they're looking at implementing that for a few of their Victorian state services apps. So, for example, accessibility is very difficult. They're hopeless at it. So they saw this form and went, we want this. Again, they can choose multilingual, sign language, whatever they want to do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And the good news is that this can then start to appear. So I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to combine the first presentation with yours. And what I'm seeing is that if I was like an REA or a Scout 24 or whatever, I go to my agents, I improve their agent profile pages. I've created this video. Now this video can be slid into someone's TikTok scroll or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
That they are scrolling through Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's engagement,
Yep, yep.
which is now another lead generation channel, which
Exactly.
which goes back to what Gil was talking about, right?
100%,
Which is
yeah. It's all about getting them to fill the details out. So, and people these days, again, the short attention span, they want to be able to engage with someone, especially with real estate. A mortgage broker is exactly the same thing. That they want to engage and they want to feel they can trust that person with such a high ticket item. And that's where I think chatbots haven't been that successful yet. And yeah, this just brings the personality of the agent to the user. Yep.
And last question: can it work in different languages?
Definitely. That's one of the key. We obviously want to localize across the world. So yeah, with the AI at the moment, the works with an Australian accent, but that's gonna change once we get different partners on. We'll do the different accents.
Were you the model for the accent?
No.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for that. I love what you're doing. I think it's super innovative, and I can see how it's interesting when you look at these products, how they're building on the theme of the portals have the relationships with both the agents and the buyers, and now you're just enhancing, and really taking a lot of the lessons that are being learnt from social media, because they're moving super fast, right?
Yeah,
The TikToks, the Instagrams, the way they're putting their ads up, the 2 minute, not the 2 minute, the
Not
10,
even
the
30
2
seconds.
second,
Yeah.
or the 3 or 10 second videos.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're basically taking that learning and applying it to what we're now calling traditional online real estate marketing, just
Exactly.
to change the nature of engagement.
100%.
So fantastic. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank
Love
you.
it.
Cheers.
Excellent stuff.
No worries.